Hey guys, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Not So Berry Challenge themed tiny house. I have been creating tiny houses for every single generation of the Not So Berry Challenge, so if you'd like to check out any of those, I will have them linked down below in the description. But for today, we are on the 7th generation. I can't believe we're here this quickly, which is Generation Pink. So I'm going to read you a little bit about that so you have an understanding of what we are working with here as the build displays before you. So Generation 7 Pink. You grew up poor and are living paycheck to paycheck, working in the business career just as your parents did. You long to write romance novels but are too afraid to quit your steady job to follow your dreams. You're very practical and you know their chances of making it as a writer are slim, so you stay working at your 9 to 5. As an adult, you finally decide to pursue your dreams. You're a hopeless romantic, but your unflirty nature makes it nearly impossible to find love. Your traits are neat, unflirty, and creative. Your aspiration is to be a best-selling author, and your career is the business career. The rules of this generation are that you must complete the postcard collection, you need to master the writing and wellness skills, complete the best-selling author aspiration, have a well-maintained garden, and quit your day job as an adult to pursue your dreams. I say this about every generation, but I think this one's really interesting, and if you didn't know already, I do build all of these tiny houses for this series of building them from the Not So Berry Challenge over on my Twitch channel first, which is twitch.tv/Gryphi if you'd like to follow us over there. So it's a really fun way for us to build these houses because I go live and I explain the generation and I talk with you guys, and you have a link to the Tumblr post. This was a challenge created by Lil Simsy and Always Simming, and we kind of talk about it together and come up with ideas and try and figure out where each generation should live. And we came up with the idea of Mount Komorebi for this particular generation because of that business-minded outlook. And then being like, you know what, I want to get out of this and I want to have a career as a hopeless romantic writer, essentially, and have this beautiful garden. And I was like, Mount Komorebi has the whole, I can't think of what, is it the salary person career? It's like very business-oriented environment. You could have had that sort of career here, and you also have this beautiful environment around you. And I'm not sure I know how to put this into words, but basically I felt like Mount Komorebi was the perfect spot for the Pink generation. But if you have played this series before, you've played this challenge before, the Not So Berry Challenge, if you got to Generation Pink, what world did you have your sim live in? I'm very curious about that. Anyway, I've talked over a ton of the exterior of this build now because it's very small. It came together fairly quickly. I was thinking that this was shortly after the sim had quit their job as a business career-oriented sim and is now pursuing their romantic writing. And I never said it was romantic writing, but they are a hopeless romantic that's unflirty, so doesn't have too much luck in the love department. So writing about it sounds perfect. And so that's what I was thinking. And of course, I wanted to incorporate a lot of pink into this house because it is the Pink generation. And just like with every other generation, I try and incorporate the color, but also have other colors in the home. Try not to make it too overwhelming, but I do feel like this one has a lot of pink. It could feel just overwhelming to me because I'm not a huge fan of pink, but I also think it came out really cute, but you guys can let me know. Also, this terrain paint that I placed in the front, and we'll be getting some more in a moment here, that came with Cottage Living was so perfect here. It matches the sandy texture that is on this lot that I'm building on so nicely. But anyway, there's a Zen garden hidden over on this side of the build with a meditation stool, and it's just really peaceful since they do have to master the wellness skill. I do have a meditation stool out here, and there ends up being a yoga mat inside as well. But I'm just getting some lights, and this terrain paint is just so pretty. I never use this because it just doesn't feel realistic anywhere, but for some reason this build, it worked nicely. I guess because it matched the sand and then also the pink flowers, and I was trying to use a lot of pink. It's just one of those items, or I don't know if I would call a terrain paint an item, but one of those things in The Sims 4 I have trouble using. Anyway, we are inside now and we are working on the kitchen space. I ended up using the counters that are from the Dream Home Decorator pack, and then there's a little desk right across from the kitchen. I was imagining this is where the sim would hang out and do their writing. I wanted to give them a laptop so that there was the appearance of being able to bring that anywhere and write wherever they are inspired. I would think in their beautiful garden outside, would be a good spot. I didn't actually plant anything to begin with, but I did put some of those garden plots from Cottage Living, which you could do oversized crops in if you wanted to, but you could grow whatever you want in those. So I just think it's a nice way to have like a structured space for that without it having to be in planters. But then there is the yoga mat in here, as well as a little dining space in these beautiful windows from the Moschino pack, and just getting some clutter in the kitchen as well. I just wanted to have some basics. I didn't go too overboard. This wasn't a sim that like needed a big kitchen. I've definitely had a couple of those in the past, both in this series and in general. I really like having big kitchens, but I also love building tiny homes. So, you know, there's a mixture there. But this one's a pretty simple, not too cluttered kitchen. I did add this tiny living shelf though, which is super cute. And then we only have a 3x1 bathroom down here, which I should be decorating shortly. There wasn't enough space to add anything bigger than that, but I think that's okay. It has everything you need: a shower, a sink, a toilet. It's fairly simple, but I use that size bathroom a lot in tiny homes. So you can see that coming together now. I'm using some of the pink paneling as like accent walls behind the sink and the toilet. And we have the wall-mounted shower from the university pack in here, as well as a bathrobe. I'm still so excited to have the new swatches on the bathrobes, by the way. We've had them for a while now. They came at the spa day refresh and they are so cute. Anyway, I'm just adding a sofa in here. This is one of the sectional ones from Dream Home Decorator, and then hanging a TV on the wall from Tiny Living. It is a pretty cramped spot, so I had to figure that out. And then I was like, oh, we need to have the postcards in here. I didn't put all of them on there. I wanted to leave it so maybe the Sims started collecting the postcards, but didn't finish it. So we have that in there, and then I'm just adding a couple of decorations to the desk. We'll be adding more a little bit later. I think I just added some roses now, but I add some like books and boxes and stuff up above the desk a little bit later. And then I decided right inside the house I was going to have an easel and like just like a hangout spot. I wanted to have some more skill building items in here, and I feel like there was another reason I put that in here. Let me see what it was. Did we have another reason to have painting? I think we just wanted to have another creative outlet for our Sims. Oh yeah, the trait creative. That makes a lot of sense. Also, I want to mention that at some point when we head on upstairs and I mess around with the staircase, it deletes the front door and a few things around it. So at the very end of the build, you're going to see me re-adding all of that in. I don't know why that happened. It's a little frustrating, and I think it was part of when I right here am trying to loft this space so that I don't have such an awkward upstairs. I didn't need all of that space, and we were joking in chat that like my tiny house had too much space in it. Don't you just hate when you have too much room in your small house? And yeah, anyway, I ended up just having a bed up here as well as a wardrobe. I ended up using the one, I think that's from Movie Hangout stuff. It's a really pretty one, and just painting the walls and trying to figure out how I want this to be laid out. Like I said, I kept it fairly simple. We end up having a little plant and something hanging up above the bed, as well as a nice fluffy rug in here. And then at the end of the bed, I end up putting another like table. It's a side table that came with Cottage Living in this beautiful blush pink color. And I just have like a bookcase above it and a television and a little painting as well. So that way your Sims could relax in bed and watch TV. I know I personally like to have the TV on at night for the light and the noise that it provides. I need it to fall asleep. Does anyone else like that? But that's pretty much it for upstairs. We're just going to be getting a couple more decorations that I had mentioned earlier. Downstairs, finishing up the landscaping as well, and replacing the front door and the things near it that got deleted when I was messing with the staircase. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the next generation of this challenge, which is Generation Peach, which is Gen 8. I can't believe how far we've come in this challenge already. I'm having so much fun building these tiny houses. I hope you guys are enjoying them. If you did like this one, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.